everyone! In this video, we are going to show you how to use your Wacom One pen display with Shapr3D. We are going to make a little 3D bear box together, but before we start, I want to use this as a way to show you how to navigate the 3D plane. When you're inside Shapr3D, you can see a little box on the top right that is used as a navigation for your camera. This is the view by default when you come into Shapr3D. You can see the X, Y, and Z axis right away. And you can use the box to either tap looking at the front or tap on the sidebar of the cube on the top right to see the side, and then right side, top side, or the little corner to see the angle side. You can also use the little arrows to rotate, and that is the very basic navigation in Shapr3D. When you open your Shapr3D, you will see a very clean interface with Discover, with test projects, or your recent projects, some designs, and some tips. You can always start a new project by clicking on New Design, and that's what we will do today. Like doing anything, even in 3D, we start with a sketch. So let's click on the sketch icon. We're going to use a rectangle, and we're going to draw a square on the ground by simply clicking and dragging. Let's create a 5-meter plane as indicated by the measurement. That's really massive actually, but that's okay. We can have a massive bear house. Now we can zoom in a little bit by pressing down Alt key. You can also move the camera by pressing the Control or Command key. And once you have this plane selected, you can click the up and down arrow by raising it and turning it into a 3D cube. The concept of Shapr3D is you draw a 2D shape and then you turn it into 3D. We're going to hit the Control key again and move it down so then we can see the top plane. Select the top plane, and you will see a list of other 3D tools on the left side. We will select Shell, and let's push this inward a little bit. See, immediately it's giving you a little box. You can view this by using the navigation tool on the side. The next step, we are going to look at the front. So let's click on front. It will automatically snap it to the front view of the cube. We're going to deselect all, go back to the original tool space, and use Sketch again to start drawing on this cube. Using the rectangle, and let's draw another shape. Maybe we'll stop there. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. The mouse is a polygon maybe. We can use triangle. There are a ton of different types, but I think a triangular nose would be cute. So let's select that and just simply drag and drop. Then we will use the circle tool to draw the eyes. One of the really cool things is that you can also copy the shape that you just drew by simply clicking on the little plus sign on the upper right. Once you have it clicked, you will see that it shows up as blue. With the blue icon on, moving with the arrow will duplicate the same exact shape to another position, and you simply release. Then we will pan the camera upward by holding down the Control or Command key again, and use the Line and Arc tool. Let's start from the end point over here. Then just draw with your pen into a curve. That's a pretty big ear, I'm happy with it. And doing the same thing again by hitting the plus icon, turning it blue, and then using the arrow to drag it to the other side. Okay, now we're ready to turn all of these sketches into 3D shapes. You can use either the Shift key to rotate or pan your camera, or you can simply use the cube to rotate and pen. Let's zoom out a little bit so then we have easier access to all of the faces. When you see all of these semi-transparent blue planes, they're ready to be turned into a 3D shape. So let's select these two, the ears on the top. It will turn into a brighter blue when they're selected. And from here, simply use the arrow key to push it back. The thickness of our box was 0.3 meter, so we'll do the same for the ears. And then we want the nose to protrude a little bit, so we'll select the nose, making it pretty long. But don't worry, it's because all of these things are coming out as well. There you go. Maybe the face, we will pull it out a little bit more. And then the eyes will push it in a little bit more. If you push a plane past the depth of its existence, it's simply going to become hollow. And there you go, you can see the inside of the box now. But since we plan to color the eyes later on, I'm going to leave them just slightly past the original depth. After some fine-tuning, I think I'm pretty happy with the basic shapes for this box. Now we're going to take it to another level by selecting the edges or the lines of the 3D shape. You can see the lines highlighted when you click on them. And then you can simply use the bar to drag them, which will either chamfer or fillet the edges. Let's make this area round. You can have more precise control when selecting the lines or the face with using your pen. Let's give it a round nose. And maybe the same to the edges of the ears too. Selecting a face and a line together can give you multiple controls when it comes to rotation. So you can actually rotate the ears in and out when you have the outline as well as the face of the ear selected. So since we want both of the ears to be the same, let's select them both. This way we can move them both together. We want to push them out a little bit more, and therefore we'll select the faces again. Alright, now the box is ready for colors. We will go to Tools, More, and Color. Now maybe we want to use a white shade for the box. Simply select the color and then click on the face that you want to use that color. We can also use this cube on the upper right to very easily rotate our box so we can cover all of the sides. Maybe the ears too. Now, if you want to jump to another color, you may notice that right away when you select another color, it's going to change everything that you just colored. This is because when you click on the face or a line, it immediately auto-selected as well. So if you don't want those colors changed, remember to deselect it by clicking somewhere else. Now you can select another color without affecting where you just painted. Then we want this area to all be the same color. Never miss a spot. And maybe black for the eyes and the little little ears. Perhaps we can paint the inside of the box. Maybe pale yellow? And maybe use the brown to color the top. And there you have it. Let's take a look at the finished project by clicking on View and Default View. So you can see that we have a bare box now. Very simple, right? I hope you have fun exploring with Shapr3D using your Wacom One pen. Thank you so much for watching.